Okay, hi. If you were here a minute ago, I'm trying to go live with my friend Andrea, and I want her to tell you her LifeVantage story. It is amazing, it is inspirational, and it's proof that literally anybody can do this business. So I'm just inviting her here quick. Want you to hear from her. My mission this month and going forward is really to share with you a bunch of amazing people that I wouldn't have known without this
Easy
business.
peasy.
Hey! And now you're going to get to meet my
Like,
friends too. Okay, Andrea,
ah.
how are
Hello,
you?
everybody. It's clearly
Where?
been a hot minute since I've done a live on Instagram. So thank you for being patient.
Always. It's worth the wait to get to talk to you. So I'm so glad we made
We'll
this
see if I can
happen.
get better lighting. It's so gray, and we're in Oregon right now, and it's like super gray.
Okay, I was going to ask you where you were, but let's start with, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about how you live your life by choice and the way you're raising your family and all the things you're doing. That would be so awesome.
Yes. So, guys, I love freedom. I love living life on my own terms. And what we've been doing, or what this business has allowed us to do, is to be location independent. So, for the last 3.5 years, it sounds crazy because we just said 1 year to begin with. We were like, let's get in an RV and let's just tour the country. And that year has turned into 3.5 years.
Oh,
We shot off from Virginia and we've literally been, I think, to every state except the Dakotas and like Nebraska, and I think like a couple states in there. Like we missed like 4 states, but we've just been having adventure after adventure after adventure. We have 8 kids, so like very non-conventional living, living in this really teeny tiny space. But we just love it. I love the experience, the adventure, the small space that I have to clean kind of is nice.
that is nice. We need to get you to the Dakotas. What the heck?
I know, I know. Yes, now I know all my friends are there, so
Yeah, please come. You have an invitation anytime.
I'm gonna see if I can change my lighting here.
So,
There we
can
go.
you tell us, Andrea, when you found LifeVantage, you and your husband, you're professional chefs, right?
Yes.
Like you weren't struggling actors, you had a career. You wanted a you wanted a lifestyle shift. You knew it was network marketing that you wanted to embrace. Am I right? Tell us the story. You've started to tell me that
Yes.
story a couple
Do you know
times.
what? I would call being a chef like a blue collar job. There is a blue collar job. There is no 401k really, unless you're working for a big company. We were working for fine dining restaurants. I met my husband at like one of the best restaurants in the world, actually. It's like 3 Michelin star, 5 star, 5 diamond. So we work for these small boutique independent restaurants. And there's just not really much there as far as 401k, retirement plan. You're really, as you're starting your career, you're starting like making peanuts just because you get to work for these really great chefs. And then my career kind of stopped early. I was 25 when I got married, 26 when I had my first child, and I had no desire to go back to work. I really was like, I like it. I'm retired. I love this. And I always kind of hustled from home, like on eBay, selling like designer clothes. I would go hustle and find those. I had some spots where they would do like Anthropologie drop offs. I would grab all the things. I bought everything for 20 bucks, would sell them on eBay. And I would make like $1,000 a month, maybe a little more, but we got a lot of cool clothes out of it, and
Huh.
just a lot of hustling. But honestly, it's how long can you do it? And my husband, he's 50. He looks young. He looks really young, but he's 56 now, and he was about 50, going almost 50 when this opportunity came to us, and we were really getting concerned. We were like, we're gonna work until we die. Like that was literally, and I think it sounds dire, except that how many people can relate to that? Like, how many people on the call right now, if you don't do something different, what what is that going to look like? And for us, it
Mhm.
was going to literally look like working till we died. When you're a chef, that means you're working weekends, holidays, Christmas, Easter, whenever, Thanksgiving, whenever everyone else is like enjoying themselves, you're working, right? Very antisocial hours. And you have that passion for food, but also today you have to work with people. They're not showing up for work, so it becomes very physically demanding. Like he's the executive chef, but he would be closing the dishes at nighttime. because the dishwasher wouldn't show up. So it just became
Oh,
very hard. And then in my mind, it was like, oh my gosh, if we can just pay off our house, we own our cars, maybe I can work part time, he can work part time, and then we can see each other part time. Like, it's really sad when I really thought what was available to me at the time, thinking you're not smart, not wanting to go back to college to get a degree. Do you know what I mean? To go be a nurse or
yeah,
whatever. Um, Really, that's where we started. So actually, Dawn, this is more a mindset. The more I think about my journey, it's just a mindset journey. It
right.
literally is a mindset journey.
And it's conviction in your choice. Like you were going to figure it out no matter what.
Yes. And it's a blessing. It's actually a blessing that we were so uncomfortable, or that his job, like I know people that when their husband gets, when they have a baby, maybe he gets paternity leave, or he gets 3 weeks off, or he gets some sort of perks and benefits. We didn't have really anything. And like when I would have a baby, I had a baby, my VBAC, 9 pound, 4 ounce baby, November 22nd. Thanksgiving was November 24th that year. So he was
Oh,
back in the kitchen the next day
oh
and
gosh.
right back to work. So it was, I had 1, maybe 2 days with him. And that wasn't uncommon. Do you know what I mean? So
Right. It's
it
not
got to the,
uncommon for most people.
really, it's
Yeah.
so sad. No, literally, it's like it's heartbreaking. And I think we just accept it because that's what it is, right? We just that's life. That's what you do. Suck it up, buttercup. If you
Hmm.
want to win, you got to be, a provider. You got to go out to work. Yeah, our life is so different right now.
So if I remember your story correctly, you read a book and you understood that network marketing was the vehicle you were going to use to change your lives.
Yes.
And
And
then you were introduced to a couple of companies, right?
do you know what? When I looked at my husband, when we figured it out, like we almost opened a restaurant on, we were looking at going into debt. We were looking at getting investors. We were looking at taking two parents with 5 children and bringing them into full speed working, like 12-hour days to get the restaurant working. And the failure rate is so high. So we ended up not doing it. When we went full circle and looked back at network marketing, it was like a no-brainer. It was
Hmm.
such a no-brainer that I looked at my husband and said, let's go find one to go join. Let's
Yeah.
find the best. And literally, Dawn, I was looking for the best company. So we were interviewing companies. We were like
Yeah.
that rare person. We were going company after company after company, interviewing them. And literally, I was like, I don't know if the creme de la creme exists. That's what I told my husband. I don't know if it exists. I think we should pick one and go, because I'm like freaking tired and I'm ready to like start our new life. And we were praying at the same time. And it was a God thing, because I was at a party, my sister's birthday party. I was telling everyone at that party, we were all going to be millionaires. And we can all be millionaires. You know what? This can happen. We can all do this. And they were like, what's your company? What's your business? I'm like, I don't have it yet.
You're
But I'm
amazing.
looking, but I'm already recruiting people for something I don't even
Oh
have,
my
just
gosh.
because when I'm one of those people, and that's why we're good network marketers. It's like, if we believe in something, we're like, guys, did you know? Do you know what I mean? Did you know this about your health? Did you know this about, like, you can change your life? And so one of the people there said, you should talk to my friend. They sell a little yellow pill. It does everything. It fixes everything. And I was like, okay, I'll look at one more thing. And then when we saw activation, Dawn, in a second, it was like, that's it. That's what we want to represent. That's the creme de la creme. Because I did tell you we worked at a 3 Michelin star restaurant, right?
Right.
And when I worked at a hotel, because I went into that field for a little bit, I chose the Ritz-Carlton, because I was like, to me, it was like the best, right? And so when I was looking for a network marketing company, I didn't want like, oh, a vitamin C, and this one has, gummies and just, good stuff, right? Great stuff, but not exceptional, not like cutting edge. And
Hmm.
that's what LifeVantage is, and that's what we have.
I love that about you. And I have to say, the conviction, the piece where you were like, we're going to be millionaires, we're going to find the best company. The fact that you seek out to find the best every single time, I love and respect that so much about you.
Yeah.
And do you feel like if you could just download into every single person you know, love, and care about, the freedom, the lifestyle, the possibilities, the future that can be had in network marketing, don't you just wish you could just download that? Just download it?
Yeah, I think, Don, we sell ourselves so short. And in my case, I thought it was dumb. I'm actually, we're all brilliant. Every single person is brilliant.
Yes.
But it's kind of like that saying that if you test everyone by their ability to climb a tree, an elephant, is going to fail, right? And the monkey is the genius. But truly, everyone has their ability, and I love it because in entrepreneurship, you're able to find that you piece, and
Hmm.
really and really monetize it. actually,
Yeah.
because each one of us is so unique. And I always think of this quote, it's from a saint, but it says, be who God made you to be, and you'll set the world on fire. So we don't need to be
Ooh,
a second rate someone else. We need to be a first rate us. And if we stop looking around and focus within, everyone has something that is truly unique about them.
I
And I
love
think we
that.
see it in other people, but they don't necessarily see it in themselves.
Will you text me that quote? I would love to have that written down later.
Oh, it's powerful. Yes.
It is powerful and it's facts. That's
Yeah.
just facts. Okay, so we have to keep moving. Now, I know you. I know that you are so busy raising your children to show them the world, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. But you're like working 1 to 2 hours a day. What do you think you're averaging for like actual work time? How does this work? Tell us how a busy mom can do something.
Dawn, I will tell you, everyone has their extra special moments in this industry where we're going a little bit faster pace, a little bit slower pace, but we're at a really good pace in the last year. And so I told my kids, I said, hey, do you guys know we're one of the 5 fastest growing teams? We're one of the fastest growing teams in LifeVantage. And my 14-year-old laughed. He's like, that's crazy, mom. What does everyone else do? Like not work at all?
Ah, sometimes.
And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, like basically saying like, you don't really work. I do work. Like I do intentional work, but what he said rang true. Like, honestly, the reason people aren't successful at network marketing is they don't treat it like the gem it is.
Mm,
And honestly, if
absolutely.
I probably worked as hard as I did at working a restaurant with the desperation to get the restaurant off the ground, I wonder where I would be right now. But no, it's kind of a slow and steady wins the race type thing, unless you're in quantum mode, if you're building systems and things like that. But if someone's joining us, you or me, it looks like an hour a day, an hour
Right.
checklist. Do this checklist. It takes an hour of being intentional. You can scroll on your phone for 3 hours, 4 hours, waste time. That's not work. If you do 1 hour of intentional work, and usually we have this little checklist, the daily success habits or daily method of operation, people call it a different thing, but it's like a little checklist. You do this, you ran your business. And we also teach like how to build that personal brand on social media. And it doesn't mean you need a bunch of followers. It doesn't mean you
No.
need 10,000 followers. It doesn't mean you need a 100,000 followers, even 5,000 followers. You just need to be an influencer in your circle. It could be to 100 people and grow that up to 200 and grow it up to 1,000 and grow it up to 1,500, right? Slowly over time, doing this little checklist every day, but you're really affecting and changing lives. And it's really about the human connection and putting yourself out there. But again, it's not that complicated. And then even as our businesses grow and scale, we have teams and those teams are working, and that's where we create the leverage income. That's where I'm making money from someone deep down in my organization who has the dream and the
Hmm.
vision, and so we work together. But I'm amazed. I'm at the point right now in my business where I look at my husband, I'm like, they're doing a meeting in Kentucky right now, I'm not there. Look at these pictures. And I didn't organize it, I didn't send out invitations for it, I didn't stress about it, I didn't think about it, I didn't give it two thoughts, and it's happening right now. And these girls are on fire and they're changing lives, and people are like sharing stories and their lives are being changed,
Mm,
and I didn't even do anything.
that's
It's so
beautiful.
incredible. Yes.
This. So I know you're in Oregon and you don't live there,
No,
right? Is
I
that
don't
where
think I
you're
could
at?
ever live here. It's beautiful, but it's like so gray.
Yeah. So this building this business is what has allowed you to live this life. Like that, this is your sole income.
This has been our sole income. So we've been with LifeVantage. It'll be 7 years in November. And you guys, we treated it like a business. It literally, we treated it. And when I say like a business, I just meant like I gave it attention every single day. I had the lights
Hmm.
on in my business. I
Yep.
talked, I had conversations. And when you're having conversations, you're not talking to people about your opportunity. You're just getting to know people. And guess what? Probably if you talk to someone at the end of a really deep, meaningful conversation, you're going to find out they don't have enough money, they don't have enough time, or they don't have enough health. One of the three. And guess
For
what?
sure.
We have something for them. But no, this has been our full-time income for 3.5 years.
I
And
love
so it
it.
wasn't pretty when we stopped. I was desperate. And I told my husband, we were just starting to grow the business. It was starting to require more of that 2 hours a day from me. And I said to my husband, let's start living our life now. Let's just sell the house. Let's get rid of it. Let's buy the RV and let's start. So I would say the first, 2 years, it was still like paycheck to paycheck type living, but we were free. We can be wherever we wanted to be. We can do whatever we wanted to do as long as we had internet and we have satellite. So like we can be in Zion National Park doing a business call. And we've just touched the business every day and grown it and trust the process because God is for you, right? We
Yes.
just have to meet him halfway. And so trusting that process, I never once doubted ever, Dawn, that we would be successful at this. Never once. I didn't know
Wow.
how it would take. I didn't know how long. I still have my eye on presidential. I know you do. I will see you on
Yep.
that couch.
Yes.
But we don't know the exact process, but you're trusting the process. And you're also, we don't know what we don't know about ourselves until you go on this process. And Don will attest to you guys, it is like a personal growth journey, a personal growth, a personal discovery. But all that to say, yes, this has been our full-time income. And then when we hit the executive ranks last year, Don, it was so cool because it's just, our business has always been steady, always consistent. So when we hit a rank, we hit the rank, we maintain the rank, and then we go stronger in the rank, and then we go to the next rank. But it's been this. If you guys are listening, and you can relate to this, my last baby, my husband didn't have 2 days off. She's 2 years and 3 months. That's how much paternity leave he's got because
Uh,
of entrepreneurship, right? Like there is no going back to work for either of us, and I love it. And then imagine, I think families can relate to this, being paycheck to paycheck, not in debt, but just like, the plumbing breaks down and okay, that's
mm,
another one. Or we just paid for a transmission, $8,000, after we paid 2,000 to repair it, didn't work, 6,000 for the new transmission. Um, when those things hit you, you end up living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And since becoming an executive, it's like we pay all our bills, we eat organic, as clean as we can. We go to chiropractors, we do things as holistically as possible. And we still have another 8,000, 10,000 to put away.
I'm so happy. That
It,
is
it is.
beautiful. And that is a consistent mindset to consistently build, to consistently have your hands in your business. And that is what it takes to become a professional network marketer. And you've done it.
And
And
it's
you've done
it's the
it.
most beautiful profession, Dawn. You've done it, Dawn. I also think like the people that I get to surround myself, Dawn, I think women have massive capacity.
I
We have
agree.
incredible capacity. All women, not
I
one
agree.
woman more than another. Every woman has incredible capacity.
Hmm.
It's just how much capacity are we using with fear, anxiety, stress? What does Dawn think about me? Like that holds a lot of the capacity, and it stops me from creating, and it holds me back. Where people who are driven and focus and all of that capacity, all of that energy goes to creating one thing or
Yep.
just three things: my marriage, my business, my family, my team. And it's just there. It's
Hmm.
amazing how like that focus capacity can do so much, and how there is no room for drama, there's no room for
Yep.
gossip. There's no room for staying in a cycle of blaming, because we even if there's truth to it, we're like, this isn't serving me and it's
Hmm.
bringing me down. And I can see that in the world that I'm creating right now. And so I there's nothing I don't love about this industry. It's so powerful.
I have an alarm on my phone because I think that where we're at in the world right now, it's easy to get online and consume.
Yes.
We're consuming, if you have a television in your home, you consume that, a radio in your car, the computer that we carry around with us all day. It's just so easy to become this massive consumer of whatever is out there, good, bad, in between. I have an alarm that goes off multiple times a day and it says create, because I
Ooh.
am a creative individual and I just want that trigger to remind me to quit consuming, because that can become an addiction, and go and create. Because like you said, we're all beautiful, unique, wonderful. We all have gifts to give the world. And so sometimes we just need that reminder to go create for the world. The world needs who you are. The world needs who
Amen.
I am. The world needs us. The quote, and Courtney put it here for us: be who God wanted you to be, and you'll set the world on fire. In a world where we could be focusing on so many things right now, let's focus on who we can be and set the world
Mm,
on fire. I feel
I
like
love that.
LifeVantage gives so many people, and network marketing gives so many people a platform to really lean into who you are and be so great at that and go change the
Mm.
world. I know that a lot of people, including myself, including you, we spend a bit of time building our businesses online. But if you could just tell a story about how you build with people around you, and your surroundings are always changing. So you're always brought into different circles, meeting new people. And you've told me before how you've kind of created this RV community, and that you've been able to bless people with this business opportunity in that community.
It's all, a lot of the credit goes to God because there's been times that I haven't like been wanting to share necessarily. Like, I'm like, I can take the day off. I'll give you a perfect example. I was in Florida. My husband was on a pilgrimage, so a 5 day like hiking trip with the boys. So my helpers are gone. I got the dogs, I got the little kids, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till he gets back. I'll just do a little bit online just to keep that going. And I'm not really gonna go out of my way to have conversations or anything. And my neighbor was praying over our spot for who was gonna come.
This is one of
And it
my
was a
favorite
very,
stories.
yes, and it was like a very it's a very busy season in Florida in the wintertime. Spots fill up like super fast. And this was like a more desirable area for families, and the spot stayed free. And so she kept praying over it, like getting more and more curious who was going to come, and it was our family. And
Oh,
there I am, like not really excited, and she's out there going, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a company called LifeVantage." And then I'm just like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to go cook for the kids. It was great to meet you." I come back the next day. She's like, "Okay, I looked up the whole company. I looked up this." And she was on a health journey. She was praying. She actually has a holistic background. She was raised holistically, went into nursing, and has her own like crazy chronic illness that she couldn't get a hold of. And in fact, she
mm,
put on 100 pounds in 2 years from like a chronic fight or flight state of her body.
oh,
We're also dramatized by working like the night shift for I don't know, like 8 years. And all of a sudden it
wow.
just came down like a tsunami, all the sickness in her body. And she was praying. And
Mm,
so it's so funny. So she's one of my leaders, one of my consultants now. Another leader was another next door neighbor. In fact, we had friends call us and they said, a spot opened up, come get it. It's 269 or something. So we go rush to get the spot next to them. And we pull in at like 169 or something where someone is just pulling out, the spot becomes available, we're pulling in, and it's not the spot we're supposed to be in. And this girl is almost an MC1 now in our business. So
ah,
it's a lot about like trusting the process and understanding that you work, we hear about hustle a lot. And part of me, and I'm transitioning for myself as well, because I would always think like work hard, right? It's actually not hard work that we do.
right.
It's intentional work.
Hmm.
It's creating, like you said. It's not sitting in an office 8 hours. And there's a lot of alignment. There's a lot of figuring yourself out, getting foundational, being in alignment. Courtney, if she's on the call, is a big manifester. And
Hmm.
for Christians who don't understand manifesting, I'm like, read, I don't forget, I always get it mixed up if it's Mark or Matthew 11:24. Go read that. That is like what God wants us to do when we pray and we understand it's happening.
Yes,
So I love that. I think there's a lot of that. And when I find myself in that vibration, my business is growing almost effortlessly.
absolutely. It's beautiful. Okay, tell me why you're so excited. We got to wrap this up. I know you have a busy
Ah,
day planned. I have to go meet a friend at the gym. I'm starting personal training today with a friend, which I'm really excited about.
woohoo!
And I just have to say, it's the middle of the day about where you are. It's the middle of the day where I am. And we have some flexibilities in our lives to go do things that are special to us and to your family, to myself, that sort of thing. But what I would like to really wrap this up with is number one, I want to say thank you. I asked you to hop
I
on
love
here,
you.
and I know your life is so busy,
It's
and I
not
think
though. It's so flexible, Dawn. It is so.
you're right. You're right.
It is
It's
so, and this is my honest to goodness. This when you invite me, this is it sets my soul on fire. It makes me excited. I'm like, I want to jump on a call with Dawn. This isn't work to me. I wouldn't even
right.
call
I
this my
do
one
agree
to.
with that.
Yes, it's like
This
soul work. So it's,
this is,
and even
and you
I'll
and
bring
I
up
would not even know each other
exactly,
if it wasn't for this company.
exactly. And I kind of feel like because Charlie Kirk just passed, was assassinated, this big, and it's all in the news. It's worth bringing up. But I was telling my boys like, he got to work in his passion every single day. That's not even work. When you get to
Right.
show up and you get to really change the world, and you're talking about like this hijacked environment we live in, and so many people are sick, and 54% of children have chronic and autoimmune diseases, and 50% of people are either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and 1 in 8 couples can't conceive, and testosterone levels are dripping, and women can't carry a pregnancy without getting progesterone injections,
Mm,
and half the population has a genetic mutation. We have to do something about it, and we're mind, body, and soul, and it all comes together. And so the work that we do, Dawn, is soul work. Like, it's passion work. It's from the heart, and it's a pleasure to do it, right?
I agree. I
And
feel
so
so fortunate every day that I've had the opportunity to align with this company, truly.
mm,
And
totally.
and sometimes the knowledge that we gain and the interest that we gain in other things that are helping our bodies, they're not products that are coming from LifeVantage, but it's a lifestyle that we've embraced because of what we're learning all along the way.
Yes.
Like that is such a big blessing, and I feel like that's something we have to share with people. When you learn and you know and you understand, it is your duty to go share it with other people. Simply.
100%. And also, I'm like,
Simply.
if you were like our family, all our money went to in the beginning when my husband was working was like natural care. And guess what? It's not covered by any government agency.
Yep.
It's not covered by your insurance. It's not covered by anything. And
Yeah.
so if you want to have true quality of life and true health and options, you've got to go make money. You've got to go become an entrepreneur. You've got to go create it.
Mhm.
And I love that ours is like a tax deduction. But I know you want to
Yeah,
talk
it is.
about where we're going, where we're
Yeah.
headed.
Tell us what excites you? Like right now with
Everything.
LifeVantage, what
Everything.
excites you? It's hard to pick
I
one thing.
you know what? When I look back at from where I started, it has literally gotten better and better and better and better and better and better. And even a massive change was the transition with the Evolve Compensation Plan.
Oh my gosh.
It is the most beautiful plan. And I know this because I lived on the old plan and for 3 years. And then now we've been 3 years on the new plan, or 2.5 years on the new plan. Night and day, incredible. The old plan was good, but this one is just everyone is winning right away. So the person who wants to go make 7 figures, like you and myself, we can go help 1,000 people make $200, $1,000, $2,000 a month, and that's what they want, right? And
Yeah,
they can actually make it very, very quickly on the new compensation plan,
I agree.
right? And so then it's a win-win for both, where the old one didn't really reward very well at the bottom. You had to really work. And I was okay with that, Don, only because I was like, if I was going to be a doctor or a surgeon, that's exactly how it would look. Or if I was
Mm-hmm.
going to open the restaurant, that's exactly how it would look. So it never bothered me. But there's a lot of people who don't have my vision, and they do want $500. They want $1,000. So they don't, they just want a little bit. And this is perfect. But I'll tell you what, with all the things that keep happening in our company and the direction we're going, and our visionary CEO, Steve Fife, and the incredible leaders we're attracting into our company, it just gets better and better and better. And then now acquiring a whole other company, it just shows it's literally leapfrogging over at what every other company is doing. We are
Absolutely.
bringing in 6,000 new consultants overnight, essentially, who are fired up, passionate about what we're passionate about. We're incorporating an aspect of really deep gut health, which is something we don't even have to work to educate people on. I think the
Yeah.
masses know how important that is. And if you pair that with what we have with activation, I'm like, we're just set up to it's not even a wave, it's a tsunami that's coming. And I'm so excited about it. I know what happened with our GLP-1. I know that this is going to be another massive wave. And so if you guys are looking at partnering with a company, yes, momentum happens here. It happens with individual teams. It can happen at any time. But also, if you pair that with timing in a company, what we have right now it's incredible. And what I would
Mm-hmm.
do is start now. I would join today, and then I would learn the ropes, get to our convention October 23rd in Dallas, Texas, and just commit to it. And I'll tell you what, you can change your life in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years,
Yep.
dramatically.
I
And you get to
agree.
meet people like Dawn.
And
I
Andrea,
love you.
I love you. I'm so grateful. You and I first kind of connected in Africa,
I
just
know, isn't that cool?
barely. And then I got to see you in Utah, just barely. And then a little bit on the Alaskan incentive cruise. These are things that I wouldn't have done in my life if it
Same.
wasn't for this company.
Yes. And I have a crush. I have a girl crush on Dawn. So it was like, Dawn wants to talk to me.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well,
now I
same.
just feel like we're just friends. It's the best kind of friendship because it's a growing friendship and both of us can call each other and say, I'm stuck here. I need to grow here. How many of you guys have friends like that that you can call up? We're not even on the same team and you could be like, I need help with XYZ. Where's my mindset stuck? That's not
Yeah.
how most friendships operate. It's just I would just call and vent to someone, say my husband did XYZ,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where people are. And ours are just we're focused on incredible marriages, incredible
Yes.
relationships. And if something's going down, we need someone to get our mindset in the right place, not help us commiserate, right?
Right. There's enough of that.
Yeah.
There's enough of that in the world. We need relationships like this, and I think everybody does. And we are here with open arms to welcome anybody into this tsunami. Like you mentioned, we are ready to take the world health by storm, and we're positioned in a way to do it. Honestly, we really
Ah,
are. So, what a blessing. Okay,
truly.
I am so grateful for you. I hope you have a great day in Oregon. And I hope the sun comes out. I don't know if that's a thing there.
I don't know if it's going to come out today, but we're going on a beautiful hike. There's like a some kind of pond that's always majestically turquoise blue.
Okay, well,
So
I'm going to
that's where we're
watch for
going.
that on your stories because I can't wait
Yes.
to see it.
Oh, girl, I love you. Thank you for
Okay,
having me.
I love you. Take care. Have a great day, everyone.